Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about why I think the Golden Party Hat is currently the best investment option in all of RuneScape 3. Hands down, the best investment. Um, and when I say the best investment, I mean the best option to fight against the inflation within RuneScape 3, as well as the potential of this item going up in price. Um, so really the reason that this is the best investment, in my opinion, um, I think most people would agree with me, is that the Golden Party Hat is the only item in RuneScape 3 currently to be confirmed to be permanently discontinued, which means that Jagex it will never ever release any more Golden Party Hat. So if you look at the RuneScape wiki and search Golden Party Hat, you can see that the Golden Party Hat is permanently discontinued, and it's the only item in all of RuneScape 3 to have this status. And yeah, so the only item in the game to be confirmed for that. And just think about that, because other party hats, even though they've gone up in price so much, they're currently not in that status. So I'm talking about the purple, blue, green, white, yellow, and red party hats, even though they're now valued at, 100 billion GP. If Jagex decides to release a blue party hat, for example, in the future holiday events or whatnot, then the price of blue party hat could go down. I'm not saying that it will happen, but it can happen because Jagex has not confirmed that this is a discontinued item. And you can easily check that by just search discontinued item in RuneScape Wiki. And you can see that under tradable items that may not be currently obtainable, we have the traditional party hats under this category. And then we have another category named tradable permanently discontinued items, which currently only has the Golden Party Hat, which means that the supply of this item is guaranteed to not ever increase at all. Ever. So this gives me the promise and the trust that this item will go up in price no matter what, so long as inflation keeps happening in the game, which I think will keep going on. This is going to be a very positive investment. And the Golden Party Hat may not be the only. Jagex could add more or confirm more items to be permanently discontinued in the future, and I think the other item that has the most potential to be the next item to be discontinued is going to be the Golden Cape. Since the Golden Cape is such a similar item to the Golden Party Hat, there's really no reason why Jagex wouldn't make that the same status. But Jagex will probably announce that after the Golden Cape is finished being added to the game, which currently is still being added to the game until June 26th or so. All right. So I'll be looking to buy the Golden Cape in the future, but for now, the Golden Party Hat is my focus. And the other thing to really be thinking about when buying a Golden Party Hat is is the price? So the question that I think is important to answer is, has the price of Golden Party Hat bottomed yet? Has it hit the lowest price that it's going to hit, and is it going to go up from here? And that's a question that is hard to answer, but I think the answer is probably yes. And to answer that question more effectively, we can't just look at the Grand Exchange price guide, because this is so misleading, because it's using some kind of average, probably some kind of moving average. And when there's a big increase or decrease or change in price, it's often not reflected in the guide price until much later. So, one tool I really like to use to figure out the current price for the Golden Party Hat, or really any rare item, is this website called ely.gg. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I think it's pronounced ely.gg. So if you pull up the Golden Party Hat, we can see that the range that it's been trading recently is 139 million to 141 million. So one of the strategy that I wanted to use is to do a lowball offer. And I saw that it was only 3 days ago, June 21st, that Golden Party had traded at 137 million GP. So that's even below what ely.gg is recommending the price to be. So I took that number and I put in an order of 136 million, so I can do it below what I think the price is according to, like, so I put in a lowball offer of 136 million, which is 1 million below the 137 million GP that was traded 3 days ago. But that order did not fill within an hour, so I raised the price to 137.1 million GP, and that order filled within an hour. Now I want to emphasize the reason why I chose 137.1 million instead of 137.0 is because I knew that probably a lot of people, if they have the similar strategy of putting in some lowball order, they probably would do the most convenient thing of putting 137.0 million. So there would be a ton of those kind of orders just competing against each other. So if I want to put myself above those orders, I need to put a slightly higher price. So I put 137.1 million, which, that 100K is just not very significant to me, but it really helped me put in front of, have that advantage to buy whoever is going to sell at 137 million, right? So I was so happy that I was able to get that Golden Party Hat at 137 million, because it's, really cheap compared to what it should be selling. Yes! Oh my god! Look at this! I'm rich. I look like a rich guy with that party hat. It looks like a freaking crown, too. It's not just a golden party hat, it's a golden crown. Let's go! If we want to look at the chart and ask the question, like, has the price of Golden Party Hat bottomed? And we can look at the price of Golden Party Hat since its launch. And so this item was discontinued on January 3rd, 2022. Was trading about at 577, or let's just round it up to 580 million GP. So it has gone down so much afterwards. So it's been almost 2 years since the discontinuation of Golden Partyhat. And let's see more recent data, where we saw that the price actually went to 105 million about a month ago. Wow, that's fairly recent. On May 11th. So today is June 24th. May 11th, it bottomed at 105. Now it's about 140 million. And the question is, has Golden Partyhat hit the bottom, or is it going to continue to go down? And, it's not an easy question to answer. But I'm going to bet that it has bottomed. And it's only going to go up from here. And so I'm going to just take that risk. And if it keeps going down even more, let's say if it goes down even below 100 million to like maybe 90 million, then perhaps it's another great opportunity to buy this Golden Partyhat, because when I buy an investment like the Golden Partyhat, it's going to be, for the purpose of fighting against inflation. And if I can have 2 or more Golden Partyhat at a very low price, such as like below 100 million, then I'd be really happy, because for the long run, it could set me up to become a multi-billionaire in Runescape 3. And also just another observation about the inflation rate within Runescape. And if we just look at the price of bonds within Runescape, we can look at the multi-year trend of how much it has gone up since 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was about 7 million GP. Now it's about 70 million GP. So that there's a 10x increase in the price of bonds. And I think a lot of it has to do with inflation. But of course, a lot of it also could have been an increase in just demand due to increasing utility of bonds. So it's not clear if this is a true measure of inflation, but I think it's still a somewhat of a good indication. So if we purely use the price of bonds and just sort of assume that this price increase is completely due to inflation, then I would estimate inflation to be roughly about 26% inflation per year on average. But ever since the Grand Exchange tariff was introduced into the game in January of 2023 earlier this year, of 2%, which effectively takes coins out of the economy, which would curb inflation somewhat. I don't know by how much, but it really depends on how much volume is being traded within the Grand Exchange, and how much of that money is taken out of the economy. So ever since January of this year, we have been seeing the price of bond just staying flat. So that could be a slight indication that inflation has slowed down, or maybe even completely stopped. We don't know, but I'm still counting on inflation to keep going. I don't think a 2% tax on the Grand Exchange would completely eliminate inflation, but it could slow it down by a lot. So, but in any case, in any investment is taking risks, and if there's a small chance that the Golden Party hat could go down in value or stay flat, especially if inflation is completely curbed. But I really don't think that's the case. Thank you everyone for watching, and please comment in the video to share with me whether you agree or disagree with my analysis, and just share your thoughts in the comments, and would love to get everyone's feedback. Please like and subscribe to my channel.